Hey everyone, it's Denise, and I know it's been a couple of days since I've actually uploaded content, but I have been recovering from a surgery that I had, and I wanted to be able to give you guys just content from a clear point of view and point of mind. So I hope your guys' weekend was wonderful. Mine was good and a little too relaxing. So now it's back on the grind, and so today's video is essentially about having a plan. I'm going to tell you about that plan, the financial plan, and then having faith before you even have the plan. So what do I mean by that? A lot of people say the phrase, fake it till you make it. I understand where they're coming from with this statement, but I wouldn't say the word fake. So I actually say faith it till you make it. So that means that you're going to have faith in something before it's even happened so that all of your goals and thought processes align with your plan. So first things first, you need to have a plan. So the plan looks a little like this. First and foremost, you're going to want to figure out how much money you're going to want to make in a month. And then you break it down backward. How much money is that going to be a day that you're going to need to generate? Most of the time, it's not even that much. It's only like $150 to $200 a day to reach that very bare minimum goal, right? Sometimes they're just not as lofty as we may think, right? And this could be on top of our salary. Maybe we have a job, we're getting a salary, right? We know already that that's taxed, and we have maybe a pension there, 401k, whatever it is. But maybe we start a business on the side and we know that if we were to sell X amount of products a day, that would generate a certain amount of money per month. So we divide that by 30 days or however many days in a month there are to see how many products a day we'd actually have to be selling to be profitable and reach our goal. So having a plan like this and having a very big goal and then working backward to have micro chunks, it makes it a lot easier to attain the goal. Because I know it's really, really difficult to look at $1 million and then work backward from $1 million and kind of go, how am I going to get to $1 million? $1 million seems very unattainable. But when you work backward and you divide 1 million by 12 and then divide that by 30 and you look at how much you'd actually have to be making a day for that to happen, it's not as intimidating as the million, right? So that's essentially what I want you guys to do. I want you to write out your full goal, whatever that end goal may be. Maybe it's even just $100,000 a year and what that would look like and how much you'd have to be making for that to happen. Maybe what you'd have to cut back on to make that happen, generate for that to make that happen, switch gears, whatever it may be. So you can actually start with your big goal and work down to more manageable goals, these short-term goals, so that you feel like you can achieve them. Okay? So before we even make our plan of what we want to set into action, we actually have to believe that it is attainable. We actually have to have the belief there, or we won't actually set into motion, right? So they say to even kick, we have to lift our foot before we even kick something, right? That means that we actually have to set into motion and create some kind of momentum to even move forward. So a good thing to do with this is to have a mentor that's doing your goal, like actually making the amount of money that you would want to make a year. So this could be in your business, it could be in a salary, whatever it is, finding out what it is, that secret sauce of what it takes to make that amount of money. But it's a lot harder, I feel like, to be mentored by someone that's making millions already than it is to just be mentored by someone who's just one step ahead of you, one step above you, because then it feels attainable. It feels like, man, I can make that much more a month. And this is what exactly I would have to do that. So breaking the goals down into, from the big goal into the smaller goals, and then having a mentor that's close enough in the amount of money or goals that you would actually want to reach so that they can coach you directly because they just made it happen is super important. And then creating an action plan to make that amount of money. I don't know what kind of business you want to set up. I don't know what you would sell or what you would want to speak on or whatever it is. Something that generates money, just even education it could be. You put a price tag on it and you go, how many of these would I have to sell a day to reach my goal in a week, to reach my goal in a month, to then reach that in a year, right? And it doesn't feel as intimidating if we break it down to these very practical things. And weirdly enough, it's usually not even that much activity that we have to do, but what we have to be is consistent for this to happen. And that's very, very important. So I want you guys to believe in yourselves. I want you guys to create a plan, work backward to create these micro chunks in your plan so that you could easily obtain it and think to yourself, that's not that difficult. Because when we set lofty goals, we have to break them down into pieces in which we can believe in so that we can faith it till we make it. It's harder to have belief in something that we've never even come close to. It feels like someone's asking us to go to the moon today. Like, how am I gonna go to the moon today? I drive a car, I don't have a spaceship. That's how it literally feels that unattainable if we have that lofty goal with no steps in place or any kind of plan to work backward from. So set that up today. Let me know what your guys' plan is, how you're gonna execute it. And I think you guys are wonderful and I look forward to putting out more content tomorrow. Love you guys, bye.